The Philippines, a beautiful archipelago nation in Southeast Asia, is known for its rich culture, friendly people, and breathtaking scenery. But did you know that another Asian nation, Japan, is playing a crucial role in helping the Philippines build back better? Let's dive into the fascinating story of how and why Japan is contributing to the Philippines' development journey. Debt has always been a big issue in the Philippines economy, especially when it comes to how much money the government owes. Some people think the debt is too high, and others say the government is borrowing from the wrong places, especially China. In recent years, many people have worried about the loans from China. They fear it might trap the Philippines in debt. They say the interest rates are too high, unlike loans from other countries. Many economists agree, but there's one country whose loans haven't caused much concern. Japan stands as one of the Philippines' key allies. It ranks among the largest lenders to the Philippines, providing loans amounting to billions of dollars or trillions of yen when converted. These funds have been utilized for crucial developmental projects like bridges, schools, and railways. Surprisingly, Japan has largely escaped criticism. Why? Well, it's because the interest rates on Japanese loans are extremely low, and the repayment periods can span decades. Therefore, Japan isn't the target of debt trap accusations. Instead, it's a nation deserving of gratitude. It's actively contributing to the Philippines' journey towards development. The latest data from the Bangko Sentral ng Filipinas reveals the extent of the Philippines' external debt, particularly highlighting its indebtedness to Japan. Japan emerges as the top creditor country with a significant sum totaling approximately $14.8 billion, surpassing other nations by a considerable margin. Following Japan, the United Kingdom holds the position of the second largest creditor with $4 billion, trailed by Singapore at $3.2 billion. Moreover, it's crucial to note that Japan's lending to the Philippines extends beyond bilateral agreements to include multilateral channels. For instance, the Asian Development Bank, ADB, a significant multilateral institution, stands as the largest lender to the Philippines with a total lending amount exceeding $14.88 billion. The Asian Development Bank, ADB, has its headquarters based in the Philippines, yet its presidents have consistently been of Japanese origin since its establishment. This is primarily due to Japan and the United States being the largest contributors to ADB's capital and holding significant voting rights. The influence of Japan becomes even more evident when examining specific projects. The Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, has a roster of official development assistance (ODA) loan projects in the Philippines. In February 2023, JICA and the Philippines inked a deal totaling 377 billion Japanese yen, equivalent to approximately 143 billion Philippine pesos, or $2.5 billion. This substantial investment was directed towards the North-South Commuter Railway project, a significant infrastructure initiative aimed at bolstering the country's economic landscape. What's even more remarkable, though, is the striking difference in interest rates compared to what China typically offers. According to a 2020 article, China's average interest rate to the Philippines hovers around 3%. In contrast, Japan's interest rate for this particular project stands at a mere 0.1%. Moreover, the repayment period spans over 40 years with a grace period of 10 years. It's essential to recognize that this project is just one among many. For instance, there's data available on the Metro Manila subway project, amounting to 253 billion yen, featuring the same 0.1% interest rate and a repayment period of 40 years. Similarly, the Metro Rail Transit Line No. 3 rehabilitation project, signed in 2018, secured a 38 billion yen loan with a 0.1% interest rate and a 40-year repayment period. But let's not misunderstand Japan's intentions here. While there are indeed certain projects with higher interest rates, most of them do not exceed 3%, typically averaging between 1 to 2%. Nonetheless, it's crucial to emphasize that these loans are not without strings attached. After all, there's no such thing as free money, especially when dealing with substantial sums. There are specific reasons behind Japan's provision of loans at such low interest rates. One perspective to consider is twofold: economic and political. Economically, aid is viewed as a means to spur development in the Philippines, consequently opening up favorable trade and investment prospects for Japanese businesses. The Philippines stands as one of the primary destinations for Japanese investments. A multitude of prominent Japanese corporations, including Toyota, Mitsubishi, and Sony, among others, have established a significant presence in the country. These companies are committed to investing in the Philippines' long-term prosperity, aiming to secure a dominant market position. From the perspective of the Japanese government, supporting the overall development of the Philippines aligns with their goal of fostering growth for their companies operating in the country. In the Philippines, Toyota and Mitsubishi hold substantial market shares, generating billions of pesos in vehicle sales annually. Consequently, this contributes to an uptick in export value for Japan. Additionally, it's essential to acknowledge that a considerable portion of Japanese-funded projects in the Philippines involve collaboration with Japanese companies. Let's illustrate this with an example. The Metro Manila subway, one of the most ambitious undertakings in the Philippines. As previously mentioned, Japan has provided a substantial portion of the funding for this project's development. In early 2022, they extended a loan totaling $2.1 billion, equivalent to about 253 billion Japanese yen, solely for the first phase of the project. The initial tranche, amounting to 104 billion yen, was already signed in 2018. Interestingly, some of the contractors engaged in the project's construction are Japanese companies. For instance, the consortium awarded the bidding in 2018 for an 11 billion peso project, including OC Global, comprising 6 Japanese firms. Notable among them are Tokyo Metro, Tonichi Engineering Consultants, and Oriental Consultants Global. In early 2022, a consortium comprising Japanese companies and the local firm Megawide Corporation secured another contract worth 13 billion pesos to construct 2 stations. Megawide Corporation collaborated with Tokyu Construction and Tobishima Construction for this project. Essentially, while Japan may provide loans to the Philippines, the country might ultimately repay these funds to Japanese corporations. However, the situation is not as straightforward as it seems. Some critics have raised concerns about this arrangement, questioning why the contracts aren't awarded directly to Philippine corporations. Nevertheless, despite potential drawbacks, it's important to acknowledge that Japanese corporations bring valuable expertise and advanced technology to the table. Japan is renowned for having some of the world's best infrastructure, underscoring the benefits of such collaborations. Having Japanese corporations work on projects in the Philippines offers distinct advantages over relying solely on local firms. Now, let's delve into the realm of politics. Foreign aid serves not only as a means of assisting in a country's development, but also as a tool for Japan to forge and maintain strategic alliances. In today's global landscape, alliances are crucial for Japan's geopolitical interests. In the Asia-Pacific region, geopolitical dynamics are in constant flux. Both the Philippines and Japan view China as a significant challenge. Therefore, when Japan extends assistance to the Philippines, it's not solely driven by economic considerations, but also by political motives. Japan seeks to cultivate a strong alliance with the Philippines. Consider maritime security as an illustrative example. Given its status as an island nation, Japan heavily relies on maritime routes for trade and resource transportation. Thus, ensuring the security of these routes is paramount for Japan's economic stability. Through cooperation with the Philippines, whether through diplomatic aid or assistance in maritime security, Japan not only strengthens the maritime capabilities of its ally, but also safeguards its own trade routes. While this aid may appear benevolent, it also serves as a strategic maneuver to counter China's escalating influence in the South China Sea. Now let's address the final question: how can Japan afford to extend loans at such low interest rates? The answer lies in Japan's substantial foreign reserves. The nation boasts one of the largest foreign exchange reserves globally, granting it substantial financial influence. This economic stability empowers Japan to extend loans at low interest rates as part of its strategic foreign diplomacy efforts. Additionally, Japan's domestic economic policies, including the Bank of Japan's prolonged maintenance of low interest rates, contribute to this favorable lending environment. With this domestic financial landscape, the government can access low-cost borrowing, facilitating the provision of loans to other nations at similarly advantageous rates. In essence, the alliance between Japan and the Philippines serves the mutual interests of both countries. That's it for today, and now we invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Do subscribe to the channel if you like our content. We will catch you in the next one. Bye.